Investiture of the Gods, Chapter 7.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in Shaxian Palace.
Yeah.
It sounds grand, opulent, but the sources paint this picture of serious moral decay.
Right. King Zhu is described as, well, unprincipled, lustful. He's deep into debauchery day and night without rest, with his favorite concubine, Daji.
It sounds less like governing and more like just one long party, which, sounds exhausting even for a king.
And for a ruler back then, that kind of behavior wasn't just personal. It had huge implications. Our sources talk about chaos spreading, citizens losing their livelihood.
Wow. So real consequences.
Absolutely. And get this, ministers, outside ministers who had tried to speak out before, they had already suffered tragic deaths.
Oh, so speaking truth to power was literally fatal.
Exactly. It just allowed the king's behavior to get worse, no checks, no balances.
And amid all this, Daji's putting on quite a show. The descriptions are pretty vivid. Neon robes swayed, embroidered sashes fluttered, her waist like a willow bending in the wind.
Her voice clear as celestial music. King Zhu saw this as a heavenly spectacle, a true treasure.
But what does that constant indulgence, that spectacle, really tell us about his grip on, well, reality or his kingdom?
It signals a huge disconnect, doesn't it? He's choosing pleasure over actually ruling. Daji's dance isn't just fun, it's like a tool, a distraction tool.
Keeping him mesmerized, away from the real problems.
Precisely. The ultimate bread and circuses, maybe, but just for him, and the fallout was national.
Okay, so King Zhu's lost in the show. What about Queen Jiang, his primary wife?
Well, she cannot sit idly by. She sees the dynasty changes happening, the foundation's shaking. She feels she has to do something.
So she goes to Shaxian Palace.
She does. Dignified, red lanterns flickering. She takes her proper seat, the Empress's seat, while Daji has to stand to the side.
That visual itself is powerful, isn't it? Authority versus indulgence right there.
Absolutely. And for her, as Empress, to publicly criticize the king, that took immense courage. It was incredibly risky. Her posture even signifies disapproval, eyeing her nose on her heart. It's a sign of deep, moral seriousness.
And King Zhu, he's deep in drink, probably not getting the gravity of it all.
Right. He asks her why she's not enjoying the show, this heavenly spectacle.
But she just shuts it down, calls Daji's performance hardly rare or true treasures.
Exactly. And then she lays out what true treasures really are. For a ruler, it's valuing virtue over goods, removing slanderers, shunning beauty.
Wow.
For heaven, it's the sun, moon, and stars. For earth, 5 grains and gardens. For the nation, loyal ministers and good generals.
And for family,
filial children and virtuous descendants. It's this comprehensive moral framework she presents. Really powerful.
And she doesn't stop there, does she? She goes right at him.
No holding back. Accuses him directly.
Yeah.
Indulging in wine and lust, listening to slander, trusting traitors, killing loyal subjects, exiling the righteous. It's a full indictment.
And then that proverb, a hen crowing in the morning, signifies the ruin of a household. That must have hit hard.
Oh, definitely. It's a direct hit at Daji's influence and the king's failure to maintain proper order, a sign of impending chaos.
What's amazing, though, is her plea for him to change.
Right. She actually tells him how to fix things. Change your ways, be diligent, distance yourself from women. Then maybe the heart of heaven may return, the people find peace.
She's offering a way out. A blueprint for good governance, really.
She is. It's quite remarkable.
So how does King Zhu take this constructive criticism?
Not well, predictably. He's furious.
Yeah.
Calls her this lowly woman. Even says he wants to strike her dead.
Yikes.
Yeah, and to just try and change the mood, he tells Daji, dance again.
But she doesn't, right? This is where it gets cunning.
Exactly. Daji refuses. She kneels down, starts crying, tears like rain. It's pure theater.
Not real remorse.
Not at all. She claims Queen Jiang's words imply her singing and dancing are causing the downfall, making her look bad.
Flipping it.
Completely. She knows how to play on his ego, his weaknesses. She pretends to be the victim, makes Queen Jiang the aggressor. It's a classic manipulation, gaslighting almost.
So she uses his own anger against the queen.
Yeah.
Is that a common move in these power struggles? Turn the accuser into the accused?
Oh, absolutely. A timeless strategy. Daji ramps it up, saying she fears Queen Jiang will accuse her of bewitching him, getting her blamed by outside officials, too.
Shifting all the focus, all the threat, onto the career.
Precisely. And it works. The king, totally manipulated, just explodes. Tomorrow, I will depose that lowly woman and make you empress.
Wow. Just like that. based on tears and manipulation.
Blindsided by his own rage in her performance.
Okay, so some time passes. Queen Jiang is holding court. Other concubines are there. Huang Yifei, Yang Guifei, high-ranking ones. And Daji shows up.
Maybe thinking she's won, after the king's promise.
But the queen isn't finished.
Not by a long shot. From her throne, Queen Jiang publicly, severely chastises Daji, accuses her straight up, confusing the Son of Heaven, ruining the dynasty's great foundation.
In front of everyone.
Yes, a very public shaming. And she ends with a direct threat. Repent, or you'll face the laws of the central palace. Basically, I'm the empress, and I can punish you.
That public humiliation must have been intense for Daji.
The sources say she was filled with rage and shame. Her reaction, how can I not avenge this hatred? That's the moment it shifts. She's not just reacting anymore. She's going on the offensive.
And her maid, Kunwan, has an idea involving an outside official.
Yes. Why go outside the palace now?
Good question. What's the thinking there?
This shows Daji's shrewdness, I think. She gets that she has the king's favor, sure, but Queen Jiang has actual authority. She has a powerful family backing her.
Right. The Duke with his soldiers.
Exactly. So just fighting inside the palace might not be enough to truly take her down. She needs help from the outside political world, needs a scheme that looks, legitimate.
It escalates from personal revenge to a full-blown political plot.
Precisely.
So Daji gets Gunwan to summon Fei Zhang. He's a minister the king likes, and he actually helped Daji get into the palace in the first place.
Right, and he gets this secret decree from Daji, devise a plot to harm Queen Jiang.
Now, Fei Zhang must know this is dangerous.
Oh, incredibly dangerous. He's caught in a terrible bind, harming Queen Jiang. Her father is Duke Jiang Huanchu, a major regional lord, 1 million soldiers, 1,000 generals. Messing with her could start a war.
That's a huge risk. You'd think he'd refuse.
Yeah.
Isn't there a moral line?
There absolutely is a moral line, but court politics can be brutal. Refusing Daji, the king's absolute favorite, that's immediate danger.
The pillow talk risk.
Exactly. Slander after wine. He could be dead tomorrow. He feels restless, like thorns in his back. It's that classic dilemma, immediate survival versus long-term consequences or morality.
So what does he do? How does he solve this impossible problem?
Well, he gets sort of lucky, or perhaps sees an opportunity. He runs into a man named Jiang Huan. Now, this Jiang Huan used to work for Queen Jiang's father, the Duke.
Oh, convenient.
Very. But now Jiang Huan is working for Fei Zhang. Fei Zhang sees his chance.
A pawn.
Essentially, a pawn with a connection to the queen's family. Fei Zhang promises him endless wealth and honor, whispers the plan to him.
And Jiang Quan agrees.
Readily agrees to go through fire and water. Maybe he saw his own chance to get ahead, who knows. But the trap is now set, the instrument found.
So Daji and Fei Zhang move fast. Daji pretends to be concerned about the king's duties.
Yeah, encourages him to go to court, something he hasn't done much of lately. Makes her look like a supportive, dutiful consort.
But it's really about getting him in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. Needs him in public. Needs witnesses for the drama they're about to stage. The more public the crime, the better the frame-up.
So the king heads to court, and then, suddenly, this guy rushes out, described as incredibly tall, a Zhang and maybe 13 feet tall, waving a sword.
Whoa.
And he shouts, "Unprincipled ruler, I receive my mistress's command to assassinate the unprincipled ruler to ensure the dynasty does not fall to others."
My mistress's command. There it is.
The key phrase, pointing fingers without naming names, right? And he's caught very quickly by the guards.
Getting caught was part of the plan, wasn't it?
Had to be. He needs to be captured so he can confess.
The king must be absolutely livid. An attempt on his life.
Furious. Loyal officials are summoned. Huang Fei Hu, be gone.
And then Fei Zhang steps up, even though he's not supposed to be the interrogator. Right. The source says this was part of the trap set to frame Queen Jiang, because Fei Zhang was worried someone else might actually investigate properly and find the truth. He needs to control the story.
So he questions Jiang Huan.
Yeah, without torture, and somehow immediately gets a confession to rebellion. It all sounds very prearranged, doesn't it? No real investigation needed.
Just confirming the story they already wrote.
Exactly.
And what does Fei Zhang report to the king?
It's a masterstroke of deception. He says the assassin is Jiang Huan, who used to serve Duke Jiang Huanchu. And crucially, he says Jiang Huan confessed he was acting on a secret decree from Central Palace Queen Jiang.
Oh, wow.
The purpose, assassinate your majesty, intending to usurp the throne and put her father, the Duke, in power.
So it connects the queen directly to the assassination and treason involving her powerful father. It's the perfect setup.
Couldn't be better designed to enrage the king and make him believe it. Hits all his fears and anger points.
And King Zhao's reaction.
Furious as thunder. Slams the table. Doesn't want to hear from other officials. Just pure rage. He orders Huang Yifei to go investigate Queen Jiang.
Huang Yifei, why her?
Well, she's high-ranking, sister of a general, so maybe seems credible. But she's also a concubine inside the palace. It keeps the investigation contained, away from outside ministers who might ask tough questions. Exactly what Daji and Fei Zong would want.
But not everyone buys it.
No. The loyal official Yang Ren speaks up immediately. He says, Queen Jiang is chaste and virtuous. He suspects some obscure injustice, something fishy happening within the palace.
Same for him.
Yeah. He urges the other officials, wait, let's see what Huang Yifei finds before we jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
He refuses to just accept the king's furious judgment.
Okay, imagine this. You're the empress, powerful, respected, mother to the heir.
Secure, or so you'd think.
Correct. Then bam, an imperial decree, not praise, but basically an accusation that could destroy you. That's where Empress Jiang finds herself.
And the charge is high treason, not just a whisper, a formal decree.
And get specific, it says she conspired with her own father, Xiang Huanchu. He's the Eastern Marquis. A major powerhouse leads like 200 other lords.
A massive political figure.
Totally. And the plan, supposedly, she hired an assassin, Jiang Quan, to kill King Zhu himself at Fengonglu.
The motive given is basically to grab the throne.
Yeah, and the decree pulls no punches. It says she shattered the core relationships of society and violated all ethics.
It paints her as completely monstrous, a threat to the entire social order.
And the order. Arrest her immediately, interrogate her harshly in the West Palace, get that confession, and then propose severe punishment.
It's a setup. The decree itself is almost the verdict. It's designed for maximum shock and to leave no room for doubt, planting the idea of guilt immediately.
Just devastating. From empress to traitor in one fell swoop.
It shows you how precarious power can be,
Yeah.
especially in that kind of court environment.
So how does she react, faced with this absolute bombshell?
She doesn't crumble. Not immediately. Her first words are "Sanoinina," which is just this powerful cry of injustice, great injustice.
A gut reaction. But then she uses logic, right?
Oh, absolutely. She points out her record. Years of service, being diligent, thrifty, working day and night. The model empress.
She's saying, look at my history.
Exactly. And then she attacks the motive. She asks, why would I do this? I'm the empress. My son Yin Zhao is the crown prince. When the king dies, I become empress dowager. That's the pinnacle.
Right. Her position is already secure.
More than secure. And her father, Jiang Huanchu, he's already above the highest dukes, a royal relative. What more could he want?
Yeah, what's the gain for him?
That's her killer point. She asks, who ever heard of a father becoming emperor just so his daughter gets honored in the ancestral temple? It makes no sense for him either.
It's such a logical takedown of the whole premise.
It is. She finishes by saying, Mies, I might be a woman, but I'm not that stupid to plot something so self-destructive.
It's a brilliant defense, rooted in common sense and the realities of power.
It really is. It challenges the very foundation of the accusation, the lack of any rational motive. She understands the system and uses its own logic against it.
You'd think that would give the king pause, wouldn't you?
Huang Yifei, she goes to King Zhu and essentially backs up the empress. She says, after questioning her, there was no deceit. She's clearly virtuous and capable.
She's trying to vouch for her character.
Yes, and she repeats the logic. Empress, mother of the crown prince, powerful father. This accusation against the Eastern Marquis, her father, is, when it just doesn't hold water, it's unreasonable.
So she's appealing to his sense of logic, too.
And justice. She begs him to investigate properly, clear the empress's name, and think about the crown prince, show some mercy for his sake.
Huang Yifei sounds like a voice of reason, of decency.
She absolutely is. She represents that traditional sense of, fairness and due process, even within an imperial court. But then
Daji enters the picture.
Exactly. Daji, the king's favorite consort, steps in. And the text says she observes all this with a slight cold smile. Chilling.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
Not at all. She immediately dismisses Huang Yifei's points. Says the empress is just putting on a show. Seen you, taking credit for good stuff, blaming others for the bad.
Just undermining her completely.
Totally. And then she drops the bomb. Her suggestion, if she won't confess, gouge out one of her eyes.
What? Just like that?
Just like that. Her reasoning. The eye is the seedling of the heart, implying that extreme physical pain will reveal the truth hidden in her heart.
That's barbaric. And the shift is so abrupt. From logical arguments to pure, calculated cruelty.
It's terrifying. One whisper, one cold smile, and the whole conversation changes. Reason goes out the window.
And King Zhu, he listens.
Unbelievably, yes, he's swayed. The order is given. Huang Weifei is horrified, obviously. She rushes back to the Empress.
What does she tell her?
She pleads with her. Daji is your enemy for 100 lifetimes. She warns her, if you don't confess, they'll take your eye. Please, just confess. Agree with me.
Just lie to save herself from that horror.
Exactly. But Empress Jiang, she refuses. Absolutely refuses.
Even facing that?
Even facing that. She says, nah, I've always known propriety. How could I admit to this treason? It would shame my parents, offend the ancestors.
Her honor means more.
Everything. She declares, I'm not afraid of being crushed to dust. I just want to leave my innocence, my clean reputation in the world.
Wow. That takes incredible strength.
It really does. And then the order is carried out. The official. See, gouged out one of her eyes.
Oh, God.
Blood everywhere. She collapses, faints to the ground. There's even a poem reflecting on it, how disaster struck just because she dared to speak truth to power.
It's just unimaginable cruelty. And for what? A confession she clearly won't give.
It becomes a battle of wills, doesn't it? Absolute power versus absolute integrity. Her refusal, even under torture, makes her suffering a statement. It's a fight for her truth, her dignity, her family's legacy.
It really forces you to think,
Yeah.
what would you do? Physical agony versus betraying everything you stand for?
It's an impossible choice. And her stand is just monumental.
So the king sees this, sees the eye, sees the suffering. Does anything click? Does he feel any remorse?
For a second, maybe? Huang Weifei brings the eye to him. The text says, her mom, his heart couldn't bear it. He remembers their years together, feels regret. She lowers his head, silent, deeply saddened.
A flicker of humanity.
A flicker.
Yeah.
He even blames Daji, saying, this is your doing. What am I supposed to say now?
But Daji wouldn't let that stand, would she?
Not a chance. She immediately pivots. She switches from the horror of the act to political necessity.
How does she do that?
She says, look, if she doesn't confess, the officials will talk, there will be questions, unrest, and besides, her father, the Eastern Marquis, he's powerful. He'll demand justice for her. We can't just stop now.
Ah, so she frames it as a risk. Letting her go without a confession is politically dangerous.
Precisely. It's not about truth anymore. It's about control. About silencing dissent before it starts. She argues they need the confession to achieve quiet, no objections, to prevent a bigger crisis.
That's chillingly effective manipulation, playing on his fear of instability.
Textbook manipulation. Turn the leader's focus away from morality and onto perceived political threats. And she has another suggestion, doesn't she?
Oh no, what now?
She proposes branding. Use a copper brazier, fill it with red-hot coals, and brand both her hands.
Both hands. Why?
Her reasoning. The 10 fingers are connected to the heart. The pain will be unbearable. That will force a confession.
It just keeps getting worse. It's like she's testing the limits of cruelty.
And testing the king's willingness to follow her down that path. She's making the confession the only acceptable outcome, regardless of the cost in human suffering.
And the king. He caves again.
He does. Trapped, maybe seeing no other way out, or just completely under Daji's spell, the order goes out.
Poor Huang Weifei. What does she do?
She's beyond devastated. The text says, fuck, her soul left her body. She goes back to the Empress, who's already suffered so much.
And begs her again.
Tearfully, confess. Cover up. The foolish king's cruel. He listens to that vile woman. He will kill you. She sees no hope left.
But the Empress.
Still resolute, even now. She says something like, my sins must be heavy to deserve this. Death is nothing. But please, she asks Huang Weifei, be my witness. Testify to my innocence. Then I can die with my eyes closed in peace.
All she wants is for the truth to be known by someone.
It's her last request. And then the branding happens.
I can barely imagine.
The text is graphic. They put the red-hot brazier on her hands. Tendons snap, skin burns, bones char, a horrible smell. That connection to the heart again. Unbearable agony. She faints again.
Just brutal. There's another poem here, too, isn't there?
Yes, about the red-hot brazier, the heartless servants, and her loyalty turning into this endless lament. It really emphasizes the tragedy and her unwavering spirit against it all.
So even after the eye gouging, even after the branding, she still hasn't confessed.
Still hasn't confessed. Her integrity remains unbroken even if her body is shattered. That phrase, it's not just physical pain, it's soul-deep suffering. Her asking for a witness. It's that fundamental human need for truth, for vindication, even when facing death.
An incredible testament to her character. So where does this leave things? King Zhou must be, I don't know, desperate. Daji's methods aren't working.
Well, Huang Yufei reports back completely distraught. She even tries to warn the king again, hinting there might be treacherous officials inside and out, conspiring, harming the empress, that this could lead to disaster.
Trying one last time to appeal to his sense of self-preservation, maybe?
Perhaps. But Daji is, as always, one step ahead. She immediately proposes the next move.
Which is?
Bring in Jiang Huan, the alleged assassin they supposedly hired.
Oh, the proof.
Exactly. Daji says, question them face to face, confront her with her supposed accomplice. Surely she can't deny it then. This time she will confess.
A final showdown. A forced confrontation.
And the king, yet again, agrees. He gives the order to bring Jiang Huan. And that's where this part of the story ends.
Wow. On a cliffhanger.